Hello, Naval Station Everett. Welcome to our Facebook Live event with MWR. I'm Janelle.
I'm Summer.
And today we're going to give you guys another rundown on what's coming up in Community Rec. So throughout the video, we'd really like to encourage you guys to ask questions. We'll do our best to respond to them after the video, but we really would love you guys to participate, and we can give you as much info as you'd like. We also have another giveaway for this round. We have another gift certificate for Jim Creek, one night stay in a standard cabin. So later on in the video, we're going to ask for the code phrase, which is Happy Halloween. So as soon as we ask for that at the end of the video, go ahead and comment it down below. The first person to comment the correct code phrase will win that certificate.
Yeah, and this honestly is my favorite time of the year to stay at Jim Creek because it's, well, one, it's super quiet, relaxed, it's a little bit chilly, so that fire feels extra great, and the fall colors right now are beautiful.
Awesome. So let's go over some trips that we've done recently. We had a great stand-up paddleboard yoga class the other week in the tsunami pool. It was a great experience. My first time doing it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I know Jessica put on a really awesome make-your-own soap, and I believe they did candles. Nice. Usually we do bath bombs also in addition to that, but I think they only did soap and candles this time. And I saw the next day what they came up with, and they're just so cool, and they smell so good. It makes the whole office smell just delicious. So we've got a couple more of those coming up in the next couple months, so keep an eye out for those.
Cool.
Yeah.
We had another wine and paint night last Friday. We also partnered with domestic violence survivor support. We were painting Hope Rocks, which was really fun. We have more wine and paint nights coming up in the next few weeks too.
Yeah. So I know that if you've been on a trip, or we're in one of our classes or our wine and paint and you had an awesome time, or if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to comment below now and you will win $25 towards your next outdoor recreation trip with us. First person to comment gets that $25. So now we're moving on. We do our staff highlight just so you guys can get to know us a little bit better, and today is going to be Janelle. And Janelle's been with us since February of this year. So Janelle, what's your role within community recreation?
So I'm an outdoor guide and recreation assistant, so you can find me at Jim Creek helping out at big events. You guys can find me leading hikes with you, leading different trips outdoors, sometimes in the office. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Janelle also leads our awesome rock climbing classes and trips. So she's like a rock climbing extraordinaire. And she'll also be in our haunted house coming up, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So she'll be one of our characters in the haunted house. So anyway, what's your favorite part of your position?
My favorite part is definitely just being able to share these new experiences with people who might not have ever been outdoorsy people before. Like taking someone on their first hike or on their first trip rock climbing is just a lot of fun to see how they experience it and see those new experiences for them.
Sure. So out of all the trips that you've done, what would be your favorite trip?
I think our most recent rock climbing trip was my favorite. We went out to Leavenworth. We stayed out for, 4 or 5 hours and just got a really good day of climbing in. And it was really fun. Team building skills. You learn a lot of new skills that you can take, not only rock climbing, but for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome.
Okay, Summer, can you tell us, since fall's coming up, what do we need to know in order to kind of transition between this summer season to fall season? Hiking.
Yeah. So getting out, whether you're hiking, mountain biking, or just heading out to enjoy the changing colors, you always want to take your 10 essentials with you. That's always. But in addition, you probably want to make sure that you're throwing in your rain jacket, for sure. You never know when we're going to get a little bit of rain or snow even coming in. And then besides your rain jacket, you want to make sure you're bringing a warmer jacket than you usually would. So whether that's fleece, like Janelle's wearing a fleece jacket right now, that'd be perfect. I'm wearing a soft shell jacket, that'd be perfect. Or if you have a down jacket, but just a heavier jacket that's going to be warmer than your rain jacket. So just in case the temperatures do drop and you get a little bit chilly. Something else you definitely want to bring is just light gloves. We use trekking poles a lot. Your fingers tend to get chilly when you're using trekking poles, or even when you're just stopping to take a break. It's nice to have gloves on. And then also just a warm hat that you can throw on just in case it does get a little bit chilly. And some places that I would highly recommend going, it would be anywhere on Highway 2. Highway 2 has amazing, beautiful fall colors. If you get all the way into Leavenworth, if you take a right on Icicle Road and drive down that, like say 10 miles, it is just absolutely gorgeous. Just oranges and yellows and reds. And this would be the time to go. Just all through October is just absolutely beautiful. Another thing that, another place to go would be, it's called Talapus Lake, and I just went hiking there on Saturday. It's Talapus, Talapus Lake. It's in the Snoqualmie area, so I don't think there's any snow there yet, but it was just absolutely beautiful. Really, really easy hike, great for families, great for people just wanting to get out and stretch your legs. You can do it in just a couple hours. Highly recommend Talapus Lake. Yeah, anything else you want to add to the fall hiking?
Yeah, another great thing to keep in mind is that as we move into fall and winter, it's going to get darker a lot earlier, so you definitely want to make sure that you have your headlamp with you and just be prepared and make sure you know what time you're going to be exiting your hike.
Yeah, and speaking of that, since it is colder, you want to make sure you're taking a lot of higher energy snacks. So, like say for example a Snickers bar, if you have those like higher calorie snacks, it'll help you stay warmer because you're feeding your engine a lot better. So I know that when I'm out in the snow or in like the frosty conditions, if my hands and toes are really cold, I can eat something like a Snickers bar and it usually warms them up pretty quickly. So yeah, that's pretty much our tips for the fall hiking. And I think, speaking of fall, we have besides hiking, we have all kinds of awesome trips coming up. The most recent one we've got coming up is we're heading down to Mount St. Helens. We're going to be hiking through the lava caves of Mount St. Helens, and that is actually all sold out. So we're super stoked to get a full group down to the mountain down there. This is a pretty light weekend actually because on Sunday and then on the holiday on Monday, we are actually setting up for our Jim Creek Spooktacular event, which has so much stuff going on. We're involved in the haunted house portion of it, so that's what we're actually setting up this coming weekend, and then all of next week. It'll take us probably 7 days to set it up. It is going to be awesome. It's going to be designed for little kids, but also for adults. You can choose your level of scare that you want to go through the haunted house in, so it is appropriate for everybody. Besides the haunted lodge, we're going to be doing a zombie hayride. We'll have a pumpkin patch. We'll have a costume contest. We'll have a haunted corn maze or haunted maze. And so much more. There'll be food, there'll be snacks, there'll be candy, tons and tons of candy. So come dressed up and get ready to have fun. And it's rain or shine. So even if it's pouring down rain, don't worry. We'll make it work and we'll get as much stuff as we can inside. Yeah, how about anything else coming up?
Yeah, we have another stand-up paddleboard yoga class on Tuesday the 16th from 5 to 6. We've got another wine and paint on Friday the 19th, which is going to be Halloween themed, so we'll have something spooky for you guys to paint. And then we have an Oktoberfest trip on Saturday the 20th, so we'll be heading over to Leavenworth in the evening, so you guys can experience Oktoberfest over there.
Yeah, we on the 21st, which is a Sunday, we'll be heading over to Woodinville to get some beer tasting and wine tasting, whichever you prefer. So that's a good opportunity to get out and taste those October beers that they've got coming out. On the 27th, which is a Saturday, we'll be going over to Stevens Pass. We do a night hike, which we call a haunted night hike, we go to the town of Wellington, which is the site of the United States most deadly avalanche accident, and we actually hike to that site, and just as it's getting dark, so and we tell you the history of Wellington and everything that happened on that crazy day, and then it all happens at night. So it's super fun. It's a unique opportunity to get out and do some night hiking, and we always have a good time, and we get you back here by 10 o'clock roughly, so not super late. And yeah, that's pretty much the highlights of what's coming up.
Perfect. So if you guys remember our code phrase from earlier, go ahead and drop it in the comments right now in order to win that one-night stay in a standard cabin at Jim Creek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that pretty much concludes our Facebook Live for this month. Like I said, we are gearing up for Spooktacular up at Jim Creek, and super excited about that. And if you want to find out more about our upcoming trips, we are onto a new publication. It looks like that, and this covers October through December, and we are the green section inside there. So if you want to see what's coming up or the prices or a description, my phone number is also in here, so you can call me and sign up over the phone. We always hope that you guys will come into the community recreation office and visit us. You can sign up in person and then ask your questions there also. Otherwise, you can go to Navy Life PNW and click on the My FFR button, and you'll be able to sign up online as well. And that's pretty much it. You know, keep an eye out for our guide insight videos that will pop up on Facebook every once in a while. And then something that is kind of new for this next Facebook Live is we actually won't be coming live to you, because we will be up at Jim Creek setting up for our Harry Potter event, which is on oh gosh, it's like the second week of November, weekend of November. I don't know the exact date, but our next Facebook Live will be November 7th is when you'll be able to see that, and you'll get to see how our Harry Potter event is starting to pan out. Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you in November.